Divorce is nothing if not change, and change often brings with it loss, and loss, the predictable stages of grief. There are 5 stages commonly referred to. Denial, the inability to face the emotional reality of your divorce. You feel a little numb. It hasn't set in yet. It doesn't feel real, is the way most people explain it and experience it. So you just think if you bury your head in the sand, it won't happen. If you don't move out of the house, this won't come to be. If you don't talk about it, nobody will know about it. Eventually, that denial wears off because the divorce keeps moving forward and things happen that make it seem real. And you realize you have to start dealing with it. Anger, realizing the reasons for your divorce and thinking about the infidelity, betrayal, loneliness, increased responsibilities, and other changes that are not necessarily wanted. Why do I have to deal with this? Why me? Why are you leaving me? Why do I have to live with you? Why did we have to do this? Why did our dreams have to shatter this way? How come I have to leave the children? However it comes out, the feeling is, I wish this wasn't happening to me, and I'm angry that you're involved in making it happen. There's a lot of blaming at this stage. Bargaining, trying to strike a deal with your soon-to-be ex, with God, or with anyone else you can find. Many times at this stage, one spouse or the other says, let's go to couples counseling. If only we could get somebody else to fix this problem, maybe we won't have to end this way. You also negotiate with each other. How about if I just take care of the children more? If I work less? If I drink less? Would you come back? Would you change it? And everybody tries to make a deal. Those bargaining chips don't usually work because it's often too far down the road already. The trust is broken. And sometimes there's a long period in here where one or both partners try and change and try and accept the change. It can work, but it often doesn't. When it doesn't, it leads to the next stage. Depression, feeling deep sadness that lingers, often mixed with anger. It's the stress that can produce negative physical and emotional results. That's when the reality sets in that there's nothing you can do that will make this work and will make it change and stop this from happening. It's sad. It's hopeless. All of the changes that you've begun experiencing feel overwhelming. And you feel a bit like a failure, or you feel like the other person has really let you down. That's when you're at risk for depression. That's when you most need to start taking care of yourself, making sure that you're doing what you need to do to be healthy and to get the help you need, and always surround yourself with positive support. Finally, there's acceptance, coming to terms with the divorce and focusing more and more on your new life. Whether you wanted this and you're glad you got it, or whether you didn't want it, but you're forced to go there, you start thinking that there can be positives that come out of this, that you can have new relationships, new lifestyles, a little bit more of what you wanted that you didn't have in your marriage, better relationships with your children, your friends, maybe even your ex. And that's when you come to accept that the future may be brighter after all, and you begin to look healthier, feel healthier, and head down the path toward your future. These stages of grief are common, but they're by no means universal. Not everyone goes through every stage, and people sometimes move from one stage to another, recycling back and drifting between the stages until they really have moved fully through the grief process. What helps most moving through this process is to surround yourself with supportive people, friends, family, even professionals, but the people who will listen to your side of what's happening and help you think about where you're headed next.